children. Let's take our seats.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Do it live. Fuck it.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
That is the Russian robot they just released today. It went so bad. Get my comrade, get the black, cover it up. It looks like Putin. It looks like Vladimir. You can look at it walk. I mean, this is, and granted, like the Russians are fucking trying. They're trying hard, right? They're going for it. They're going for it. It looks like he's got to like take a poop or something, right? Like, this is a robot that actually has to, go number 2. He's like, look, I must go. I'm a robot. I must go poop. I don't know. Help me. Guys, science is just as funny as anything else. If you can't laugh at science, I don't like stuffy science shows. I don't like stuffy science shows. And we are not a stuffy science show. I like to show the magic, and I love to show I love to show how fucked up Russian society is. He's born right from Soviet Union, He's Soviet Union technology. Our robot needs to take a poop. He looked for bathroom. He cannot find bathroom. He goes out, he waves. He goes, well, shit. I get to take a shit. Guys, that is Russian. Ukrainians got nothing to worry about. I know there's a lot of people dying. Don't like it. But that's Russia. I love showing the stupidity of this country. They say Russia. Comrade. The purveyors of Marxism or Leninism. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, we got it. It's episode 9, and hey, you know what? I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I mean, most shows have like people, staff, producers. Not this outfit. Not yet. Anyway, we're growing though. We're growing. So anyway, we're talking about the SpaceX versus Blue Origin. Blue Origin nailed it. Yesterday, no one believed that Blue Origin was going to be at all successful. Like, they're so far behind SpaceX. So far behind. And today, it's like, maybe Blue Origin. I have the launch schedule that I'm going to show you guys the launch schedule for next year. You might be surprised. For the 2 hours of research that I just did, I was like, damn, okay, there's going to be stuff that's going to be announced and stuff that's going to, we can't really say come out of left field when you're launching spaceships. Like, those take a little bit of planning. But Blue Origin and Jeff Bezos, boy, I was expecting like something to go wrong. It was picture perfect. And how come that's not, see now that's not, where is the stop sharing? And then, okay. My apologies. Let's load this baby up. Video file. No, not video file. Share screen. Why is this not, replay New Glenn mission? Yeah, that's right. Add to stage.
Our pad is so far south, a spectacular view for everybody here in Cocoa Beach.
Now we've transitioned from ground power to the vehicle's own internal power. I mean, we are getting close. Aria, hold my hand. I'm getting really excited. There are those BE-4s, 7 of them, ready to take New
Glenn. This was just before the launch, and the launch had been stopped.
3.85 million pounds of thrust combined.
60 seconds.
In just 60 seconds here, as mentioned before. We will light 4 of the engines, then 3 of the engines, just about a second or two.
The launch had been stopped a couple of times before this, so it looked like it wasn't going to be a launch. It looked like if they're going to launch, I mean, it looks like you're having a lot of pre-launch difficulty.
You hear the power up.
We certainly do.
And with that,
you'll see that water any second now.
And this is their new rocket, right? This is their new rocket, the New Glenn. And it's a big rocket, not as big as Starship. But it's a big rocket capable of about a third that Starship can carry. It's got 2 satellites on it, so it's a pretty impressive thing. Here we go. 13, 12.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To Jeff.
Lift up, detected. Sense motion.
Awesome. I mean, that's just awesome. I mean, that is
30 seconds into flight.
What it takes to get that little cylinder, not little cylinder, into space. The physics involved.
End of low switch now level.
The people are like, if you work at Blue Origin, it's a party. I mean, it is. I'm sure they've been working 10 years on this New Glenn.
This is the hardest point on the vehicle when it comes to the pressures and the speed.
And you gotta be happy for everyone that worked on this. Like, we could sometimes trivialize this. It's like, well, it's just another rocket ship going into space. The physics that is involved with doing this is.
Now passing Mach 1, New Glenn is now supersonic.
It's inspiring. I mean, that's.
1 minute 30 seconds. Engine operating parameters continue to look good at full thrust. Max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
It's like a football game. Who scored? What's the score?
Continue to look good. Body rate's nominal. Seeing good control on MR and TBC. Acceleration profile nominal. Now passing 2 minutes into flight.
BE4 is unreal.
What I find interesting, they're using miles per hour. I thought NASA. Well, I guess this is not NASA. I think NASA went.
All right, 1 minute remaining in boost phase. You heard our team say. Then we'll hit Nico. Main engine cutoff. That's going to lead to
2,400 miles per hour. That looks beautiful, though. I mean, it does. I mean, that looks beautiful.
And that's when the first stage is going to begin its journey back home. We're going to see if we can land the booster separately. Of course, we will get the second stage off and going with the NASA Escapade satellites on board on their way to Mars.
Trajectory continues to look
so
good.
the launch
data quality coming down from the vehicle.
Was perfect.
Great to hear that. Good data quality.
Absolutely perfect. Like flawless launch. And so now,
which is main engine cutoff.
You're going to have it. The bottom booster is going to separate, and just like SpaceX, it's going to fall all the way down, and it's going to land on. I think it's in the ocean, middle of the ocean. This is in Cape Coral in Florida. I've been there a couple times. Went wakeboarding there a few times. Love me some wakeboarding in Florida.
And we have ignition on stage 2. Both engine parameters look good.
Ignition.
Oh, you see the 2 rockets there.
Body rate stamping out nicely. Both BTU engines look good at the high thrust set point. Body rate responses look good. 3 minutes, 43 seconds into flight.
Look at that view.
We have good indication of payload fairing jettison. Both B3U engines.
So now it
continue to look good.
separates
Body rate response
in
phenomenal.
this.
Seeing good data coming down from both stages.
You know what?
Great
It probably.
data.
I
4
should.
minutes
Where are we
into
here?
EP2.
I'm going to fast forward just a little bit,
There you go. It's about 300.
GS1.
just to get to this landing here.
About a minute and a
GS2
half
engine parameters look good.
is when we would see
Confirm engine cutoff.
Never
on
Tell Me
GS1.
the Odds return to Earth.
You
7
see it in
minutes,
kind of
40 seconds
horizontal
into flight.
position.
So it's very similar to
on the
the-
base of the booster, which give it lift.
It's in free fall, and it's very similar to what SpaceX,
We're
you know,
using
the
the
same-
forward fins as well.
reuse
plus,
the same bus.
Some of our reaction control system to, as well as the gimbling
GS1
on the
now passing
forward
3% max
engines
Q.
to turn
8
the
minutes
rocket
into flight.
accordingly. On here, it starts to tilt
GS1
down.
now halfway
1
in its
minute to
planned
go.
burn. GS1.
I mean, it's a
to
great-
base
it's-
positions continue to look good.
It's a great day for Blue Origin. It's a great day for Jeff Bezos. It's a great day for spaceflight. For Blue Origin is much more calculated than SpaceX. Blue Origin and with the New Glenn rocket, they do very few flights, but they make sure every single one is as successful as possible. SpaceX likes to do they like to shoot stuff up, and if it explodes, they learn off that explosion or that, and they fully expect a failure or, but here, I could only imagine the math that is involved with something like this. Yeah, the delay is actually from Blue Origin. That's the yeah. I think they had to. Yeah, they had to stop it in pictures for some reason. They lost. There it is. It's awesome. Well done. Well done, Mr. Jeff Bezos. Yeah, like the football team. Hear the? I don't know if you hear the crowd. It's like did the Dodgers just win the World Series? That's what so anyway, that is the launch, and it's a good day. It's a good day for some peeps. You know what? You can imagine there's a lot of happy people. There's a lot of people that work. I mean, I imagine some people work day and night, trying to get systems working, testing systems over and over and over. It's the power of science. Science is the only superpower we have in this world. There is no other superpower. There's no other. There's no Marvel. There's no DC Comics. It's science. Science is our superpower. And it's proven over and over and over again. And I hope President Trump does not enact those cuts to NASA. It's our superpower, man. You can't. You can't do it. Can't do it, man. So. Anyway, that is, and then they do release the payload. The payload release comes later on, but that happened a couple hours ago. So it's kind of like, okay, that's pretty impressive. And I thought it was like when you really, and if you take a look at the. So these are, where's this? So these are some of the rockets that we have. Where's the big file? There it is. So if you look at the rockets, maybe it's better. Actually, you know what? It might be better this way. Maybe it's not now. Yeah, that might be it. So if you look at the Starship, by far the biggest, easily. But then the Jarvis, and then you have the New Glenn. That's the one that just launched. The Terran R. The Terran R is a company called Relativity, and I don't know when they're launching, but their rocket is extremely impressive. And it is a big payload rocket, not as big as New Glenn and obviously not as big as Starship. But it is a big payload rocket. The Falcon, the Heavy Falcon, the Falcon 9, the Vulcan, the Neutron. The Electron is a small payload rocket. I think they've had 4 flights and they've had 4 failures. Boy, you try and keep up with all this stuff and you really get, I don't know what the, for the Vulcan, what the, there's people, a lot more in tune with the success rates of some of these rockets. But those are, and this one really just gives you a good idea of the size relative to other rockets. The space shuttle, the space shuttle wasn't really that big, right? You know what? I just watched Gravity again just a few days ago. What a great movie. I think the space realness of Gravity is, I wish they'd make some movies like that. You got the SpaceX Falcon 9s, but you can see where the Blue Origin, they don't got a heavy rocket like SpaceX. Starship it's got like a 6-story payload. I think it's even bigger than that. It's absolutely insane, the size. Just look at the width, the fairing of the fairing, which is the diameter, the payload size of the Blue Origin compared to the. But the Starship is being designed to carry people across space, right? Would you guys, would you, if given the opportunity, would you go to Mars? Would you go to Mars? Would you do all the training that you need to on that first trip to Mars? I think it's a death sentence. Personally, I don't think it's something that's gonna, I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't want to be such a pessimist, but all these things that from radiation to microgravity to one system going down, I don't know. I hope I'm proven wrong. Yeah, I do. I hope I can, boo me. Go ahead. I'll boo myself. That's enough of that. So where's the, so I have a whole bunch of information okay, so I have to remove this. See, I'm still learning. Part of the fun of watching is is he gonna have is it gonna be a train wreck? Is it gonna be a train wreck? How much is he gonna fuck up? That's me too. When I start a show, I think, well, it's part of the fun. If you did I stop sharing that? Oh, so you need to share a screen. There's nothing untitled. I think that's the one I want, right? So there's a whole bunch of information that I have on SpaceX. So the SpaceX schedule, and then also, and I thought it was pretty interesting to see. A lot of these times, it seems like these launches come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, they're launching today. But here's the thing: there's nothing really planned on the SpaceX flight schedule, and I hope you guys can see that on the SpaceX flight schedule for Starship. No Starship launch dates are on the calendar. Here's what the public knows as of November 13th, 2025. SpaceX's own launch page only lists Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy missions with actual dates and windows. There are no Starship flights listed in the upcoming launches section. Third-party launch trackers that have a Starship-only filter show no dated Starship missions scheduled for 25 or 26. One site lists a Starship launch for the Superbird 9 satellite with a target of June 2027, status to be announced. We know the last flight of Starship, Flight 11, was on October 13th, 2025, but Flight 12 and beyond have not been given public dates yet. That's kind of interesting. I guess they're probably trying to work some things out, and then they'll give it to us. I guess, but there's nothing. I guess it's a major development phase, right? Before they're going to launch another. I can probably take this down, make it bigger, right? Blue Origin flight schedule. Now, this looks impressive, but it's not. Because everywhere where it says net is basically a to be announced. It's not scheduled. This is kind of their hopeful, their hopeful schedule. So Blue Origin flight schedule, the Escapade, which was today, the twin satellites. And I'm actually going to jump in quickly to what these twin satellites, they're on their way to Mars right now. Like Ciao Bella, both of them. And they're twins. They're both exactly the same. And they only cost $80 million to put together. This whole thing of the Escapade going to these two satellites going to Mars was only $80 million. I mean, that's well, maybe a full applause maybe on that one. So the, yes. I'll drink to that. I'm having red wine. I do enjoy red wine once in a while. And not much, just enough for the heart. Healthy heart. So number 2, Blue Moon Pathfinder Lunar Lander Demo. To be announced January 2026. Blue Origin's first lunar lander test. Lunar flight demonstration, one of Blue's most important missions, but it has net there. Everybody see net. It's to be announced. And so, I mean, this is 10 weeks away. Project Kuiper, launch number 1. It's mid-2026. It's got the net to be announced there. Amazon Kuiper broadband satellites. So yeah, Amazon Kuiper is very similar to Musk's I forgot. I always say when you go live on YouTube, you lose 20 IQ points. That would put me, where would that put me? Tell me.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
I didn't go full retard. Yeah, I do sometimes though. And it's fun. That's fun. Number 4, Kuiper, Project Kuiper launch number 2. There's no net, but it's obviously, it's got a big launch window. 2026 to 2027. It's a big launch window. More Kuiper satellites. Dates to be announced. I think they're just going to throw these out when they get the. I don't know. I mean, what do I know? AST Space Mobile Bluebird Block 2 Batch 1 launch 2026. Space-based cellular broadband satellites. So this was actually new Blue Origin's first commercial payload. I don't know what they got paid. I mean, it's probably a pittance compared to the net worth of Mr. Bezos. But AST Space Mobile, Bluebird Block 2, Batch 2. So obviously there's plans. Telesat Lightspeed Constellation, optioned to be announced 2026, 2027. LEO Low Earth Orbit Internet Constellation. Blue Origin signed launch agreements, but exact missions not assigned. So there's agreements to launch things into space, but nothing has been. Launch dates to be announced mid-2020s window. That seems pretty. Thailand. Oh, payload commercial comm satellite. It's the mid-2020s. Let's pitter patter get at her. Hey, come on. New Glenn test flight number 3. Payload. Internal demo payload. So there's no commercial payload, but a demo payload. Blue needs at least 2 to 3 more demo flights before full certification. New Glenn test flight number 4. Again, NET 2026, 2027. Prototype mass simulator or internal technology. May be tied to NASA style certification process. So that's all we have. So there's nothing planned. It's not like you can't really buy your popcorn. Call the family and say, what are you guys doing on, we're going to watch Starship flight number 12. Can't do it. So it seems like a pretty loosey-goosey schedule. I'm sure lots is going to happen going into 2026. So, but if, you know what, if Jeff, Mr. Bezos, if you need a hand, just give me a call. I am your science guy. I'm not a rocket engine side. Those guys that work on those rocket engines. I was watching some footage today. What do they get paid? Like I'm sure they get paid. Not like AI can replace them, right? The guy's building a rocket ship engine. No fear of AI. But if you're in customer service, you're in coding, you're in graphic arts, you're in music, you're in film industry, good chance that 75% of that industry is just going to be wiped out. All of those industries wiped out. I know I lived in Hollywood, Los Angeles for 20 years. 20 years. I just got out of that hellhole a few months ago. Hellhole. I can tell you stories about that place. But I knew a lot of good people that lost their, and they will no longer be in the film business. Wiped out. AI is a game changer beyond anything, way bigger than the internet, man. For those of you who remember the internet, that was substantial, right? So, and then we have, so the difference between, like, what is this difference between Starship and New Glenn? Obviously, one is SpaceX and one is Blue Origin. So Starship is fully reusable. It has 33 Raptor engines, 150 tons to orbit. That is crazy. 150 tons. It has a diameter, or the fairing. The fairing of Starship is done slightly different. With the nose cone, the whole thing is kind of, it's a little different. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but call it 30 feet fairing, right? Width, diameter, payload. And usable internal height of 18 meters, 60 feet. You got a 6-story skyscraper to throw shit in, you know. Don't forget the sunglasses and the picnic basket. For Mars. It's made of stainless steel, built for the moon and Mars. I mean, it seems to be a good idea is to do a few things on the moon before we hit Mars. You know, I know, but the Mars window is coming up, because if you miss the Mars window, you got to wait like 3 years again before that, you know, the planets come together. Rapid iteration, fly, explode, fix, fly. 11 test flights so far. And we're waiting for number 12. No next launch date currently listed, as we found out. New Glenn, Blue Origin, reusable booster. We saw it land, very impressive. 7 BE4 engines. Those engines look very impressive. Again, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I'm not going to pretend that I can say, oh, those were good engines. They look good. I mean, that's like, is that technical? Damn, those engines look good, didn't they? But they did. They look clean. They burned clean. They fired clean. Zero hitches. Like, it was flawless. 23-foot wide diameter, which is the fairing. So I guess from a percentage, it's about 25% smaller-ish. Built for commercial heavy lift and lunar missions. Slow but steady development. So it's obviously Bezos isn't thinking Mars, which is probably a good idea. It seems to me, if you send people to Mars, the other thing is you are glued to them. You are responsible for them. You have to send supply ships, and more than you need for them to survive. I mean, I think The Martian, I talked about The Martian yesterday for a little bit. It's a pretty good movie. Like, it's space approximate, right? They did a lot of things really well in terms of trying to understand what that Mars atmosphere might be like. But it's probably, hey, Elon Musk is ambitious, and he is who he is because of that. So, built for commercial, we went for that. Slow but steady development, and this is what Jeff Bezos has been doing. It's like, I was wondering, like, is Blue Origin, like he said, what was, like, Katy Perry? Oh my God. Have you guys seen that video with Neil deGrasse Tyson? I should pull it up. With Neil deGrasse Tyson, and she goes, is math part of science? It's like, oh, Katie. Oh, Katie. That, like, you guys see that one? You know what? Next week, I got a couple of funny videos. Like, you know, the thing about science is, I mean, there's science channels, and yeah, my main thing, I'm a screenwriter. I've owned my own businesses. I worked on Wall Street. The worst thing that I think I didn't want to do a stuffy little, well, E equals MC squared multiplied by the square root of pi. Just made that up. It seems to me our time as normies is better spent discussing whether aliens exist, right? From a normie level. Like I say, CERN's not going to let any of us go and collide electrons. Like, hey, Brian, can I speak to Brian Cox? Yeah, you run shit over there. Can I want to do a quick 2-electron experiment if I could. Just gonna collide a couple of electrons. See, I'm looking for Boson-Higgs. Have you found that yet? Oh, you have? Okay, never mind then. So anyway, science needs to be at a level, and even this stuff, there's a normie level that makes utter sense. Even talking about Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, some of the science fiction movies that inspire us, right? Inspire astrophysicists as much as anyone else. Did you guys see Cosmos in 1980, Carl Sagan? I was playing hockey back then. It was on Sunday nights. The final episode was on December 21st, 1980. The first episode was September 23rd. And back then, if you missed an episode, you missed it, right? That's when they changed vacuum tubes in the back of the TV. Science has come a long way, but still, Kubrick thought we were going to Jupiter to find 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? It's always, Hollywood is way beyond. I mean, the fact that we haven't even been to the moon in 50 years. 50 years ago, we landed on the moon. 54 years, however many years ago. We've done nothing since. Space shuttle, space station. We've really done nothing since. That's not even a fair characterization, right? If you took a look at the Juno probe, the Cassini probe, the New Horizons probe to Pluto, that was fucking amazing. Seeing Pluto, the New Horizons, you know what it's like? Could you imagine the math? Taking a little tiny spaceship and flying it how many billions of miles that way, and coming within a few thousand miles of this little planet. Guys, that is freaking math. I mean, I'm sure the mathematicians, the astrophysicists, it's like, well, it's pretty easy. You just kind of, okay. But it's impressive. It's impressive what human beings were capable of. But we'll probably destroy ourselves long before that. So it's, and then what do I got? Oh yeah, so the 2 satellites. I think we need to get to the 2 satellites here, don't we? Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is relativity. This is the Terran, what was it called? The Terran B. This is relativity rocket ship. This is it looks impressive, right? It looks very impressive. Obviously building things. I don't know who's financing it. I do want to take a much closer look at that, and but there's a few rocket ship companies out there. I'm gonna share this again. Add to stage. Oh man, I'm getting so good at this. And if there's anybody, I'm gonna put this out there. If there's anybody that you know who was a YouTuber, I mean, you had to have been on camera before, right? This shit's not easy. Yes, it is. Like when you have a host and they're kind of directing things, it becomes easier. But I am looking for people to come on if you have a certain expertise in something, or if you're just absolutely passionate like I am about science, history, philosophy, that kind of stuff. Drop me a line, because I am trying to bring some people on so I don't have to banter all on my own sometimes. godlessuniversetv@gmail.com. That's godlessuniversetv@gmail.com. If you know someone who is a YouTuber, let me know. I'm going to put that out there just because I want to have guests on. I've called Brian Cox. He hasn't called me back yet, but yeah, he might. One day I will get Brian Cox on. Oh, because we're both musicians. If kindred spirits. Probably not, but that's so. If we take a look at this, let me put this in a way so that it works good for. Is that going to work good for? Actually, it's going to for the mobile people. See, there's two different formats, and this is what crazy. They just launched it a few days ago, and it's creating hell for the people that are broadcasting. But you want that mobile, So anyway, the two satellites launched were NASA's Escapade probes, a pair of identical suitcase-sized spacecraft built to study how far the solar wind strips away Mars' atmosphere. The interesting thing about these two probes is they're only going to Mars for weather. They are doing nothing on the surface. They're just going to be checking for radiation, checking wind patterns, and things in the upper atmosphere, things out in space, what's going around, what's happening around Mars, around space. So that's what's going to be going on with these probes. Nothing with the surface, which I found kind of interesting. I thought, okay, well, I mean, probably the atmosphere has, especially if people are going there, it's only 1% of Earth's, but we'd better have a pretty good understanding of what the hell it is, right? I mean, what are those things up there? Clouds or something? It's just a whiff of clouds. But yeah, it's each probe costs roughly 30 to 35 million to build, with the entire mission capped at 79 million, making it one of NASA's cheapest interplanetary missions ever. If anything, you give NASA more money. They are showing science as the superpower. They are showing, give us a little bit of money, right? So government does nothing right? I mean, if anything, I'm probably a libertarian. Less government, the better. I don't like getting into politics though, but government doesn't do anything, doesn't spend money right. But NASA, they are putting this stuff out with such little amount of funds. It's impressive. 30 to 35 million to build each one of these. The entire mission, 2 satellites to study the atmosphere of Mars. My friends, 79 million of US taxpayer dollars. And Trump wants to cut them? What are you cutting freaking NASA for? I mean, the SNAP thing is going to be argued. There's people that need the SNAP benefits. Obviously, there's people that need them. There's abusers, yes. I don't know if it's the most efficient system, but this is fucking efficient. If anything, give them another 250 million and see what they can do. Give them $1 billion. You freaking squander money left, right, and center. I mean, give me $1 million. See what I can do with it. I don't know. Just say. Making it one of the, they were designed and assembled in 3 to 4 years using a commercial small sat bus to keep the price down. Cool trivia. The spacecraft are so light, they were originally supposed to launch on Rocket Lab's Proton. The Rocket Lab, remember I showed the picture, it was that little tiny, I think they're a publicly traded company too. I think I traded their, I think they went public as a SPAC. And I think I think I did. I bought it. It shot up. But tough business, man. Tough business, rocket. But I think they're doing okay. But they were supposed to launch on those little tiny rockets before switching to Blue Origin. The problem with Proton, the Rocket Labs, those small ones, they've had 4 failed flights. I think explosions, not where you want satellites to reside. But I mean, I think they're getting there, but obviously they moved it to Blue Origin. Both probes will perform a 10-month cruise to Mars. And once there, they'll fly in a dual formation orbit, giving NASA its first ever stereo view of Martian space weather. A stereo view. I wonder what that, how does that benefit a stereo view versus a mono view? I know music. I mean, obviously, well, I guess no. I got it. I understand. So you kind of but I guess they're flying. I'm not sure on their flight path or anything. They will study the space environment around Mars, things like the solar wind, magnetic fields, and how the sun slowly strips away the planet's atmosphere, not the surface, just the upper atmosphere, and the invisible forces shaping Mars from above. So that is I mean, that is the. I mean, there really is. I think I had some pictures here too. You know, it's. I mean, you try to you try and put some. Where the Terrace? Oh, okay. So this is. You know what? We can quickly do this too, because this is. This is a space.com. Space.com is freaking awesome, guys. Yeah. So quickly so this is NASA's new Mars mission. These twin satellites could reveal how the red planet lost its atmosphere. So this article is fantastic. It actually goes into what these satellites are doing. And mind you, this is actually, they wrote this before because they do talk in the past tense. Mars is about to receive a double dose of attention this weekend. A pair of, and of course, this was written on November 7th. Oh, that was my birthday. Oh. This weekend, a pair of identical NASA satellites will launch together to help reveal how the red planet lost its thick atmosphere and liquid water. One of its oldest mysteries and a key to understanding how it transformed from a once habitable world into the frozen desert it is today. Scheduled for liftoff no earlier than Sunday. Well, we know when it lifted off. It was the 2 or 3 hours. Florida, the $80 million ESCAPE mission, short for Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers. Is there a test on this? Short for Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers, will send 2 twin probes nicknamed Blue and Gold to orbit Mars in tandem. The mission marks NASA's first dual satellite mission to another planet and aims to create a 3D view of how the solar wind, the stream of charged particles from the sun, energizes and strips away Martian air. I mean, the whole idea of it, people, I've heard terraforming Mars, you know, like Aliens. Aliens is a great movie. I love Sigourney Weaver. You know, that was like that. Did you guys like Aliens? I liked Aliens. The first Alien movie. As a screenwriter, when you're learning how to screenwrite, the first Aliens movie. Actually, you know what? Next week I'm going to go through the Alien script, the first few pages of the Alien script. If any screenwriter learns that script, because it is such an amazing, the way that screenplay was written is in a form. It's a minimalist screenplay. But when you look at the opening scene and you read the screenplay, because basically the director and the set people, everyone take the screenplay and get their marching orders, right? Fucking amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you're a screenwriter, or if you want to start screenwriting, you got to read. You can search Alien script PDF. And if you've never read a screenplay, I mean, they're very hard to write. It's but I'll do that next week. So to understand how the solar wind drives different kinds of atmospheric escape in a key piece of the puzzle, the climate evolution of Mars is a key piece of the puzzle for climate evolution of Mars. Robert Willis, principal investigator for Escapade and associate director for planetary science, said in a statement on Wednesday. That looks like Blue Origin and some Intel propaganda. Geological evidence from ancient river valleys and water-formed minerals that Mars once had liquid water. I don't think that's news, but which means it also had. Could you guys imagine? Just imagine that if our solar system, let's say if Venus didn't turn into the absolute hellhole that it is. What if there were 2 Earths? How would our civilization be different? Imagine, or if Mars was bigger and the mass of rocks from the asteroid belt comprised part of Mars, so it was bigger, it held onto its magnetic field, it was, you know, and so what if you had a solar system with 2 Earths? I always thought writing up a screenplay about that. And it wouldn't be just a Mars, like a Mars attacks, Earth attacks kind of you go far deeper to the deep emotional existential issue. How would we be different? We would be dramatically different if Mars turned out to be some sort of a planet like Earth. These are incredible exercises into the human mind and spirit, like who we are. I mean, the shit that we do to each other, to our own planet, to everything. I mean, are we going to survive? Probably. It doesn't look good. But maybe there's something within our, human. I mean, that's the whole philosophical thing about being human is probably a show to itself. I love philosophy. And there are things that, that can definitely be looked into in that. But it would be an amazing thing if there were two Earth-like planets. It would change who we are. Previous missions, including NASA's Mars Global Surveyor, MAVEN, and the Emirates Mars mission HOPE have shown that Mars lacks a global magnetic field but retains patchy magnetic bubbles locked into its crust. However, with only one spacecraft in orbit at a time, researchers have been limited to viewing one region at a time, often hours apart. With the Escapade satellites, we can monitor how these regions vary on timescales as short as 2 minutes and up to 30 minutes. This will allow us to really make measurements we've never made before and to characterize a very dynamic system in a way we couldn't characterize it before. And of course, that's measuring the particles, the radiation, how the sun affects the atmosphere and how the atmosphere is how it works with space. After reaching Mars in September 2027, the robotic duo will spend about 7 months fine-tuning their orbits before flying in formation. Man, we're coming to attack these Mars people. Like a pair of pearls on a string. That is beautiful poetry. Coming within 100 miles or 160 kilometers above the surface. Dang. That's a close orbit. If all goes to plan, after 6 months of joint observations, they will separate into different orbits for another 5 months to build a 3D map of how energy and matter flow between Mars and the solar wind, the process that controls atmospheric loss. That is a hand for. I don't know if there's anything more that's. There is the Avi Loeb. I wanted to close with Avi Loeb because what I am. If you go onto YouTube, maybe I need a drink for this. Do you guys need a drink? I mean, I'll wait. Go get some. Avi Loeb. I find everything that he's been saying is absolutely reckless. That's why when I spell his name with astronomer after it, I use ASSTROM. You point back to Hale-Bopp, 1997, comet that passes once every 2,534 years. Never has anyone ever before, and plus all of the evidence points to a comet. And I would also argue, and I've said this in a lot of, previous shows, even though we're only on show 9, I have said many times, if you're an advanced alien civilization, you build a 10-mile mothership. Okay, 10 miles, you know how freaking big that is? And we're going to send it to a solar system far, far away. I mean, obviously it didn't travel at light speed. Did they open a world? Even if you're going to accelerate like Fantastic Four, oh my God. Stupid science. Fantastic Four is nothing but stupid science, right? I mean, that is, oh my God. I think that's what happens when activists become screenwriters. They turn into stupid science. It's like Section 31. When they blow a bubble, their science fiction is they're blowing bubbles in a heart shape. Well, yeah, that's real science fiction. That's really good. Really good. But Avi Loeb, so they're going to send, or are they going to send nanobots? They'll send 1,000 little tiny nanobots. They can shoot those across the universe at almost no energy consumption compared to a 10-mile ship, which would take about over 10% of the total energy consumption or creation of our sun. If it was, I think 50, the math that I did was 50 light years away. A ship of that size. That's not an advanced civilization. This is a stupid civilization. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is not what, okay, I could probably get rid of those things right there. This is not what advanced civilizations do. Now, Avi Loeb has just gone off. So if you go through YouTube and you search anything 3i Atlas, you see nothing but clickbait. And is this good for science? I mean, these science channels that are popping up left, right, and center. So if you're like a real science channel just trying to do some really cool shit, I mean, you're going up against 3i Atlas sends 4 probes to attack Earth. It's like, what? I better click on that because that sounds really interesting. I won't do it. I won't do it, man. I just won't do it. I would rather call out the bullshit. And so when we take a look at Avi Loeb, he's made certain statements. Where is it? There. Oh, come to me, Avi Loeb. Come to me. Okay, no. There we go. There we go. Now I made a special. Make sure it works. Make sure it works for the mobile setting. Okay, do we got that? No. Okay, so we're going to remove that. We're going to present, stop screen, add screen. Avi Loeb, I mean, the statements he's made are so... Oh, that's not it. There we go. Share. And then we go add to stage. There we go. Oh, thank you for waiting, my friends. I thank you for your patience because this shit's hard, man. Every time I go live, it's always like, okay, how much of a train wreck? I'm waiting for that episode. Well, it's like starting the first few minutes off with no volume on the mic. Well, that is what happened today. But anyway, oh, we're at number 17. No. We're gonna go through these. This is do I gotta put music on? Can I put like clown music on? Yeah, that's the one. Avi Loeb says, and so on the left-hand side is Avi Loeb's statement. On the right-hand side is the actual science explanation. It's like astronomers, scientists saying, look, Avi says it could be. Now these are actual verbatim. Like there's no embellishment. It was hard to get this thing together. It could be an artificial technological artifact. He states, the hypothesis proposed is that 3i Atlas is a technological artifact with active intelligence. If so, 2 possibilities arise. Its intentions are either entirely benign or overtly malign. Either it's good or evil. Can I get a job at Harvard? Is Harvard accepting applications? And of course, what the real answer is a highly volatile comet. All observations, including a coma tail fragmentation and specific gas emissions, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, are consistent with a natural comet. It's just a comet formed in a different stellar system with a unique chemical composition. Avi. Number 2, Avi says, the threat of maligned intent. Thanos is on his way. The consequences should the hypothesis turn out to be correct, could potentially be dire for humanity and would possibly require defensive measures to be undertaken, though these might prove futile. I would love to know what those defensive measures are. The aliens are coming. I don't know. I am without answers, so calculated orbital mechanics show that the object will not come closer than 170 miles to Earth, and that's already been proven. That's unless they think, because now it just went around the sun and there's been a few breakoffs and they're thinking those were probes. There's literally YouTube videos that state these are probes coming to attack. There's some videos that are saying Earth is under attack. This is all. The malign intent is a speculation not supported by its trajectory. This is not how scientists behave. And I've said it that there is an ulterior motive. I won't say it because I can't say those words without getting in trouble with, Avi says, number 3, its trajectory is fine-tuned. Fine-tuned. Now, you do know that, so the galaxies lie flat. Basically, almost everything kind of lies on a basic plane, although like things vary. But Avi says, we could not observe 3i Atlas from Earth at this opportune time, which raises the question of whether its trajectory was fine-tuned by extraterrestrial intelligence. That is verbatim. There's no other words included into that. Observational selection bias. The object's path near the elliptical plane are simply where our Earth-based sky surveys are most efficient at detecting objects. It's easier to find, not intentionally sent. Oops. Sorry, Avi. Avi says, evidence of a non-gravitational engine. If future data will indicate the absence of a cometary tail. Now, you've seen the huge cometary tail, right? So the last 2 days, Avi's been yakking about, no tail. Now there's like a huge tail, right? Absence of comet. We will be faced with the tantalizing possibility that it did not inherit random velocity, but instead was sent towards the inner solar system by design. I need like the evil dun 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 dun. Cometary outgassing. It's just outgassing. Avi, you're a freaking astrophysicist. Is that ASStrophysicist? Well, dude. Non-gravitational acceleration is common in comets. I don't think you need to be an astrophysicist to know this, do you? It's caused by the jet of volatile ices. I think, like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sublimating off the sun-warmed surface, acting as a natural, non-uniform thruster. Dun, 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 dun. Avi says, a natural sunward jet, an antitail. It produced a sunward jet or antitail, i.e. an emission or structure pointing towards the sun, which he says is atypical for known comets. Well, he didn't include alien stuff in that one. Geometry and dust size. This is either an optical illusion. Actually, it's interesting. A geometric antitail viewed when Earth crosses the comet's orbital plane, or caused by the expulsion of large, slow-moving dust grains from the nucleus that are less affected by solar radiation and pressure. Avi, give me a call. So I do have a standing bet with Avi Loeb. I don't know if you, if you haven't seen we're only on episode 9, so we're, we're a young channel. We're getting there. But I did put a bet out to Avi Loeb. He takes the alien side. 3i Atlas is an alien. You got that? I take it's not an alien side. And the loser has to eat just a small plate of squirrel poop. That's it. Just a small plate of squirrel poop. Haven't heard yet. I mean, I'm thinking about calling Harvard and saying, hey, can I speak to Avi? I might do that. Avi says, unusual chemical composition, nickel. That's one of his strong arguments, right? So he says that basically the composition of the nickel is just not natural. Well, it's probably flown billions of years across the galaxy. It's probably... But anyway, let's see what the scientists say. A large nickel iron ratio. This is compatible with an industry-rich alloy that could be used for aerospace applications. Like, he literally is now commenting on what alien civilizations are going to use for alloys to build their spacecraft. Are you a fucking scientist? Or are you like, who the... Here's what the scientists say, okay? Exotic. I don't like being mean. I'm not a mean guy. Even with my movie reviews. Like, I generally, you know what? I'm more apt to laugh at stuff than to like pull out the harsh language. But if you say harsh language with a smile, it's always better. Exotic interstellar ices. The high nickel content is likely bound in highly volatile nickel compounds, which break down easily far from the sun, releasing nickel vapor at unusual distances, consistent with a unique interstellar origin, meaning that the solar system that this thing came from billions of years ago is just different from our solar system. I mean, Avi says anonymously massive. And that, I'm telling you, man, 20 IQ points. You go live on YouTube, boom, you instant stupid. Anomalously, thank you. I'm not massive nucleus. I was at English major university, and that was my shtick. It's at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous interstellar objects we've seen. Of course, that's what we measure everything against, just the last few. And the question is, why is such a giant object delivered to our solar system when we saw only small ones before? Well, I'll tell you why. Early size estimates were highly uncertain due to the obscuring coma. Later, Hubble and JWST data, James Webb Space Telescope data, placed the most likely diameter at less than 1 kilometer. That's the nucleus, the gut, right? Consistent with a large comet. Consistent with a large comet. See, they're Avi, they're laughing at you, buddy. Dude, they're laughing at you. Avi says, comparing it to a reset button. It could be a probe from an interstellar gardener monitoring us, who may decide to reset life on Earth. Like, I remember when he said that. Literally, it's like Prometheus. Have you seen Prometheus? Now, you know what? I didn't mind the movie. The screenplay was, there was some, geez. They should have, like, those engineers were pretty interesting. But basically, at the end, he was said, we got to destroy Earth. And this is what, I guess he's saying that the engineers are coming to destroy Earth. Because there's interstellar gardeners. The probe could be interstellar gardeners. What the fuck is an interstellar gardener? They even exist? Like, you literally are making this up. There's reasons why the sensationalism of the last few months is happening. There's reasons. Number 9. Avi says, NASA is pretending to be adults. Yeah. And you're a real adult, Avi. Fuck you. Oh, just kidding. I said that with a smile. I did. Let us instead maintain our childhood curiosity and seek evidence rather than pretend to be the adults in the room that know the answers in advance. So Avi is the adult. Okay. All right. Scientific skepticism, burden of proof. Anyone who has done any sort of science, any sort of is in the orbit of science. If you have a affinity for science, if you're like a science hobbyist, you know this, right? The standard scientific method requires extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims. You don't claim shit you can't provide even as, philosophical evidence is that's kind of for religion, people can keep their religion. I don't care about that. There is overwhelming evidence for a cometary origin. Actually, all of the evidence is for a cometary origin, and none for a technological one. 0, except the ones that you make up in your head, Avi. Avi says, number 10, concealed high-resolution images. Oh, they're hiding. Government's hiding the images, man. They're hiding them. I asked the team to check. Oh, because Kim Kardashian got a tweet back and Avi didn't get a tweet back. And so Avi wants Kim Kardashian as part of his research team because she speaks to the government. So I asked the team to check the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, image. I suspect they might not be in a hurry to release the highest resolution image to the public. They just opened the government today, my friend. You go to the NASA website, a lot of pages say this page is not being updated, this not being updated, it's not being updated. Standard data processing protocols. Observatories follow strict procedures for calibrating, processing, and peer reviewing complex high-resolution data before it is made public. There's no evidence of a systematic cover-up. NASA is required by law to release their data in a certain amount of time. Is it 48 hours? I mean, someone probably knows much better than I. but they were working at a skeletal staff, so nothing was being released, or very, very bits and pieces were being released. It's no, like, that is not an argument for aliens. And if you're using that for an argument for aliens, oh man, you're like, that's the very bottom of the barrel. Number 11, Avi says, it could be debris from alien technology. Now we're down to debris. The object could be debris, a technological artifact, just space junk from a civilization that is not functioning anymore. Now, as a matter of fact, that could be, right? It could be. Voyager 1 and 2, right? Like literally, it could fly into a solar system one day, and it's literally there'll be an Avi Loeb on that planet in that solar system. He'll be jumping up and down. It's an alien probe, and it is. It's our Voyager, man. And they'll be like, holy shit. But this is not the case. We didn't build a 10-mile Voyager or 12-mile Voyager. Kilometers, we're talking 20 Ks, man. The object fragmented because it's because its high volatility ices, especially carbon dioxide, violently boil off when heated by the sun, causing the nucleus to spin up or shatter. Pieces break off, right? When the heat from the sun start hitting that, the gases that are contained within the comet, to spin or shatter, a very common cometary fate. Someone should have told that to the Hale Bob guys. It's like, I don't think, Avi says, number 12, the shattered nature is non-natural. The fragmentation pattern was inconsistent with typical cometary breakup. Okay. Fragile icy structure. Interstellar comets may have a different density or internal structure due to being exposed to eons, millions, billions of years of cosmic rays, making them unusually fragile and prone to spectacular breakup near the sun. Like, it's going pretty close to the sun. I don't know what temperature. I should have taken a look to see what the temperatures are hitting 3I Atlas, but obviously that heat is going to do a serious amount of, it's going to break it apart. Number 13, lucky 13, Avi says, high-level planning in trajectory. Its trajectory could provide a discrete opportunity to deploy surveillance devices. Yeah, I got to say that again, because its trajectory could provide a discrete opportunity to deploy surveillance devices, meaning it's going to release stuff because covertly, right? They're going to The team speculates such characteristics could offer advantageous 20 IQ points. I'm getting dumber as this thing goes along. Advantages to extraterrestrial intelligence. He's in the minds of the aliens. If I was an alien, the scientists say the object's trajectory is a result of the random velocity inherited from its home star system combined with gravitational interactions as it traveled through the galaxy. There's no evidence for a propulsion-driven course correction. Number 14, a potential interstellar life raft. Now remember, the Avi says are actual things that he said. It's not like ish. These are quotes. You see little quotes there, right? You see them? Could be a life raft designed to seed life on habitable planets. This is a possibility for any asteroid or comet, a concept known as panspermia. It is a philosophical concept. I did a video or a segment in one of my videos. It's a very fascinating subject. It is a philosophical concept of biological transfer, not a physical anomaly unique to 3I Atlas. Basically, life is spreading through the galaxy, through the universe, in other galaxies, using comets, right? Using fascinating. Maybe I could but I don't think 3I Atlas is like Avi. Number 15, Avi says, evidence is being systematically dismissed. Right, yours. your evidence. The biggest threat to astroarchaeology is the insistence that all interstellar objects are rocks. This is a form of technological deafness. Could you imagine if every astronomer was going around proclaiming objects to be alien sourced, or that the first idea is that these are alien objects long before they're just rocks? Could you imagine the science community? It would be a little bit of a shit show. It would be like a Russian AI robot. We see how the Russian Putin AI robot turned out. Fuck, those Russians are working hard though, right? They're trying, right? They're trying. Like good old Russia. Fuck. Soviet Union technology, my friend. Soviet Union technology. Number 16. The fluffy snowball model is flawed. Avi says, I will not rule out that 3i Atlas is a comet. However, insisting that all interstellar objects are icy rocks is unwise. Okay, fuck. I just the ones we've seen, Avi, okay? Just the ones. I'm sure there's probably, I know there's one flying out past the Oort cloud. Its name is Voyager 1, okay? Like, what do you want? The ones we've seen, buddy. This is not rocket science. Or is it? Or is it rocket science? Scientists now accept that interstellar comets may simply belong to a new exotic class of comets with highly unusual ices. And basically, every solar system is going to develop with different, I imagine there's probably some solar systems where there's like an overabundance of gold, right? So and if life develops there, they're like, well, gold is not a commodity. It's like you find it everywhere. There's maybe, imagine you get an Earth-like planet, but they don't have fossil fuels to get the whole industrial revolution going. Does that change? But the point is, every solar system is different. And the idea that these comets traveling billions, trillions of miles is not, dude, Avi, call me. Which is expected given their formation outside of our solar system. Number 17, Avi says, the need for an interstellar archaeology program. Can I run it? Can I apply for that job? That would be fun. We should deploy large telescopes. We should always keep in mind the possibility of a Trojan horse. Would we send a Trojan horse to another solar system? Expend endless amounts of energy, endless amounts of construction time, endless amount of resources for the purposes of sending a massive Trojan horse spaceship? Or would we send little nanobots? Or would we send little tiny nano? Everything is going nano. That's the thing. That's why the Dyson sphere is a delusion. Even the Kardashev scale. We're not going to be harnessing the power of the sun. We are going nano. We're going to get even 0 point. I had a little bit of an argument with 0 point energy because we can't access it. The laws of physics forbid us to access 0 point energy within the space-time fabric. Within the quantum realm, there's no way to access. But there is an ungodly amount of energy there that dwarfs, on a square meter basis, it dwarfs the amount of energy the sun puts out. But it's untappable. But the scientists say, while desirable for science, dedicated missions to hyperfast interstellar objects are currently logistically and financially prohibitive given the low probability of success. Yeah, could you imagine spending billions of dollars? What are you guys looking for? Oh, I'm going to blow up the Earth. This is huge. The silence. Okay, now the silence is a test, right? Avi says, I think the last two are Oumuamua. I can only find 18 good ones. The last two are Oumuamua. But this one, because he was wrong on Oumuamua too. The silence could be a deliberate strategy, a cosmic intelligence test to see if humans are advanced enough to recognize its presence. So now any way you go, he sets it up as being an alien craft. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't do anything. It just looks like a comet. Well, that's what aliens would do, is they would just sit there, make it look like a comet and do nothing. So basically, it doesn't matter what this fucking thing does. It's a freaking alien spaceship. It doesn't matter. The silence is a test. Scientists say the lack of any detected radio signal or communication is simply negative evidence which fails to support a positive claim of technological origin. Let's go to Oumuamua, shall we, Avi? This is Oumuamua. It could be a warped solar sail. Do you remember that when Avi was chirping about that one? It could be a warped solar sail. The non-gravitational acceleration best explained by solar radiation pressure pushing a thin light object like a solar sail. I don't get it. I don't get what? Exotic ice outgassing. The consensus explanation for Oumuamua's acceleration without a visible coma is the outgassing of supervolatile ices like solid molecular hydrogen or nitrogen. These gases are invisible but provide the necessary rocket-like push. It wasn't a solar sail, Avi. He's getting an incredible amount of attention. And maybe that's the end game? Mr. Powers. I wish there would have been one more Austin Powers. You know, they were actually writing a fourth Austin Powers. What's his name? But from Dr. Evil's perspective, they were actually writing there. I think they almost got the script finished, but they never got to filming. I don't know why, but it was supposed to. Yeah, there was. True story. Number 20 and the final one. Avi says, with regards to Oumuamua, the lack of a coma is highly suspicious. Well, it was. Like, there was only one image ever taken of Oumuamua, right? It was like a little tiny dot. Like a little tiny eensy-weensy dot. We have every image you see of Oumuamua is an artist's rendering of Oumuamua. But given what they think, they thought it was either a long cigar type thing or it was a collection of a few, like, you know, lumpy rocks that kind of made it seem like it was cigar shaped. But we have no images of Oumuamua. Everything you see is just an artist's rendering or a few prompts put into a AI. Give me a long cigar-like asteroid, and I'm telling you, man, AI is gonna fuck up so many industries. We do not even know what's coming. We don't. We've seen it in the 1.5 million, 2 million layoffs so far. How is gonna? We don't know. Like, I'm going to be doing a lot more episodes on AI. I need to do a deep dive into the philosophical, ideological. Like, will AI turn us into Borg? I did that episode. I actually did a video about it. You know, once we start getting chips. Think about once we start getting chips implanted. You know, what can you go? Let's go to blah, blah, blah. Oh, shoot, I can't go. I don't have the latest chip. What do you mean I have the latest chip? Well, I can't. I can't go to Disneyland because you need the V564. I only got the V562. Like, when are you going to upgrade? Like, you know, right? I mean, they're and then you owe taxes. They start literally shutting your... And then what? You know, if they integrate inorganics with organics, right? And basically, what's Elon Musk's company, Neuralink? That's what he's doing, right? He might be the guy that solves paralysis, spinal injuries, combining inorganics with organics, the electrical communication. If that gets to perfection, now you're talking about chips, and now you're talking about, do we turn into Borg like 200 years from now? It's not far-fetched anymore. Of course, it doesn't matter to us. We'll be long gone. We'll be in heaven. At least I will be. I know St. Peter loves my ass. He probably doesn't. He probably like that Daddy Alex guy. Get his ass to hell. There'll be some great barbecues down there. So, invisible gas jets for Oumuamua. The missing coma is explained by the invisible nature of the exotic gases above. For 3i Atlas, the lack of an initial coma was explained because its inactivity was dominated by carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, which are hard to detect until the object is much closer to the sun. And that is literally 20 things Avi Loeb says. If you still believe him, that's fine. I am not here to change. Well, maybe I am here to change people's minds. But that is Avi Loeb. The 20 things that I found. If you want to go, youtube.com I mean, I do the three eye atlas. Well, that's the search, just 3i atlas. And just for today. And we're gonna go so we can see this thing. We're gonna go like this. This is just today. So today is it since midnight, I guess probably Pacific time, since Google is Pacific. Approaching Earth 7 hours ago. Is this proof 3i Atlas is an alien spacecraft? Yes, it is. I am convinced. I gotta keep it pretty narrow on the mobile side, eh? Look at my head, like drifting away. Neil deGrasse Tyson explains the 3i Atlas is aliens. See, Neil's getting into it. Neil's getting into the click. Wait a sec, that's not Neil. Oh, this is just a bullshit. So you get all these science channels, like they're literally popping up everywhere. Thousands of them. And here you get like real science, like, science normie channels like mine that we're trying to do some, really fun shit. But you just get obliterated by this crap. That's cool. I'm fighting my way through it, man. And I thank you all for spending time with me. I do. There's no bigger compliment to just hanging out with me. And, this massive structure was just filmed suddenly appearing behind 3i Atlas. I'm without speech. Is this 3i Atlas triggering huge solar storms? Of course it is. I'm glad I kept the circus music on. 3i Atlas is sending signals towards Earth. Now it's approaching. I was gonna say now it's approaching Joe Rogan. Joe. This is not Joe Rogan. Now people just use faces, right, to get the clickbait. It's all clickbait shit. This isn't normal, so you got to put Rogan and, Avi Loeb. But it's a football. Ooh, it's a special spaceship. Goody. They're starting to admit 3i Atlas might be alien. Who is they? Who is starting to admit? You? Dobsonian power? Oh, look at this. Look at that look. You got to put the expressive looks on too, right? On the replay, I'll probably take a picture of that one. So you'll probably see that in the thumbnail coming up. Just look for it. It might be the thumbnail. I'm sure it will be. I got to do my own thumbnails too. It's like. So this is did a maneuver. 7 jets shooting material out in different directions. What is happening in all caps? My friends, all those. We must batten down the hatches. We must buy tuna, teepee, ammo, because On the Pulse with Silky says so. Activated. It's fucking active. Fuck. It's fucking activated, man. I apologize for the false bad language. Get this. Oh, that's here's everything you need to know about 3i Atlas. Features everything you know about 3i Atlas, the Weather Channel. So actually, you know what? The Weather Channel, they're pretty good. That's actually probably good. Avi Loeb, Quasix, the channel Quasix. Avi Loeb reveals new jet images from 3i Atlas. This changes everything. Is it breaking the internet? Do you guys not hate that freaking saying? It's breaking the internet. They're terrified. NASA scientists are terrified. They're fucking panicking. Hit that subscribe button. I swear, anyone tells me to hit that subscribe button. Do you think I need this subscribe button explained to me? Do you seriously think I need that? Anyway, a couple more. 3i. Oh, what this is good. What 3i Atlas Nordic Optical Telescope. Okay, well he might like that. Looks okay. This one might be leak project. Might be okay. Dobsonian power. There he is back. 3i Atlas new pictures are fire. It's on fire. Breaking. China's latest 3i Atlas data shows more unresolved anomalies. And look, guys. Xi Jinping is getting freaking involved. If I had G's phone number, and we're on a first name basis. G, Danny. No, I'm doing well. Just having some wine. 3i Atlas, any comment? Yeah. China sees something new. How do you know? Seriously, Megatrends, how the fuck do you know China sees something new? How? Borisov plus 3i Atlas. New object. There is a new object detected. What's the other one that just broke up going around the sun? I was even going to talk about it today, but it would have turned into too much. I'm going to do it next week if it's still around. 3i Atlas. Forget 3i Atlas. We have a bigger problem no one is talking about. Thanos? Who's coming? Who's that? I don't know. I'm not even gonna click it. You think you're gonna click that? Would you click that? Would you guys click that? 3i Atlas, NASA uncovers hidden cosmic secrets. Oh man, hidden cosmic secret. This is all I Googled Googled YouTube with 3i Atlas. That's all I put in. I've done 2 videos on 3i Atlas. Look at this. Is that one good? No, NASA released 3i Atlas data and it's mind-blowing. Michio Kaku. They love putting Michio's face all over the place. AI Michio Kaku, right? Just saying humanity a final warning. This is the final one. Listen, you motherfuckers. We're coming to kick your ass, destroy your houses, and rampage your supermarkets. I do believe War of the Worlds. Did you guys remember Tom Cruise War of the Worlds? I mean, honestly, I know some people don't like Tom Cruise, but does Tom Cruise make a really, really bad movie? I mean, the Mission Impossible movies weren't great. They were filled with so much exposition and made you puke. As a screenwriter, you would just think, Tom Cruise knows, dude, you're spending 20 minutes doing exposition in 3 different parts of the... A third of the movie is exposition, man. You're just telling what's going to happen or what, you know. Tom Cruise, give me a call. Call me, Tom. 3i Atlas joins international... Oh, China joins international hunt with new photos of interstellar comet. Michio, there he is again. Update, first interstellar object to explore... First interstellar object to explore, 3i Atlas shatters into millions of pieces. Millions of probes. This alien 3i Atlas video is... Oh my god, look at that. He puts the alien in there, eh? Oh, it's a flat... Oh my god. This is what people do. I think these channels are going to get shut down. Honestly, I think they will. YouTube has been on a rampage shutting down channels. And again, if you guys know anyone who is into science, who is a good YouTuber, who can do shit in front of the camera, email me. Because I want to get a little bit, like some episodes I need some, you know. How did Robert Downey Jr. put it in The Hulk? I'm developing a team. Yes, something like that. Did he do it better? I think he probably did it better. Okay, this is a 3i Atlas. You know what? You get the point, right? That's. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind. So next week, guys, we're live Monday through Thursdays. I'm going to do the Kessler effect, the Kessler syndrome. Have you heard of Kessler syndrome? I have a video about the Kessler effect or syndrome, and it's basically about satellite, junk in orbit coming to the point where there's so much of it, you can't even launch satellites anymore. We would lose everything. We'd lose GPS. We would lose our civilization. And it's not getting any better. It just continues to get worse. And then a whole bunch of stuff on AI. I have, what else? Oh, December 4th, 1st to the 4th, I'm doing Underworld. I'm going to review the 4, it's been a while since I've seen them. So I'm going to watch and review. And we're going to do it December 1st to 4th. On Christmas Day, I'm going to be on for 8 hours. 8 hours on Christmas Day. And 4 hours on Christmas Eve, live. I don't have family. So I figured, you're my family. You're my family. Unless the aliens from 3i Atlas come and hang out with me. And if they do, I will put out a beep, 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 beep to the aliens of 3i Atlas and see if I can get one of them to come on board and just kind of like, shoot this shit for Christmas Day. I want to do a little bit of the historical Jesus. Do you guys ever fascinated with the historical Jesus, right? The real Jesus. There isn't much, if any, evidence, but there. We're gonna a bit of history, a bit of philosophy on Christmas Day. But if you're not doing it on Christmas Day, I will hang out with anybody. I have proven that in my past. Alright. So till Monday, my friends. On Saturday night, I have another channel called Poprageous, and I'm doing Poprageous Live Saturday night for a couple of hours. I just do, because I'm a screenwriter, so I just do movies. We just talk movie stuff, sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. You got to remember to put the OR, the last OR on horror, otherwise you just get horror. I write horror screenplays. You don't want the horror screenplays. So that's Saturday night on Poprageous, my other channel, which I just fired back up. I spent almost 2 years trying to get out of Los Angeles, selling the business, selling the pieces, everything, getting the hell out of Dodge, and then putting this live studio back up. So I'm just firing things. But anyway, I thank you. I appreciate everything. Monday through Thursdays here at Godless Universe. I thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you next week, and have a super freaking awesome, a magnificent, super duper weekend.
Okay, children, let's take our seats.
Yeah, baby.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.